Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we got a gameplay and discussion going on today. And today we're going to talk. We're going to talk about confidence. And really, in all honesty, I'm not the one. I'm really not the person you should ask about for confidence because I have zero confidence. But I still have an insight, particular insight on this type of shit. Because I know what makes people confident and what allows people to be more confident, more aware of their more of their strengths as so as against their weaknesses. Many people who are confident are less aware of their weaknesses than their strengths, as they focus more on their strengths than weaknesses. So being a person that is too confident usually may be a person that is unintelligent, because usually people that are too confident and unintelligent, and no, basically people who are too intelligent, no, basically people who are too confident may come across as unintelligent because they're so confident they don't know risks, and they don't have cognitive ability to detect these risks or detect danger. Like someone that's confident, like someone was saying, like a particular person, like example is a guy saying, "Hey, I'm gonna stand in front of the street and wait until a car comes and see if he stops." That's the bad, and you're the guy. If you're an unconfident person, you're usually saying, "Don't do that. That's moronic. Don't do that shit." But the guy does it, even though he may not get hit. But that's just an example of a very confident person, because he he looks at the strengths first. He doesn't look at the risks. If a confident person doesn't look at the risks at all, they only look at the strengths of a particular of their own ability. They only look at their positive attributes, their strengths, and all that positive shit. They never look at any weaknesses. However, a confident person may bypass this, become exempt from this traditional confident characteristic. A smart, confident person can look at and interpret all of the risks, but could still make a decision even though despite it going against the risk. But they could be cautious when performing this activity or executing this function. And that's a smart, confident person. But for me, I have no confidence at all. I look at all the risks, and if it has any risk involved, I won't do it. If I have any sort of sense of doubt of a particular thing I want to do, then I'm not going to do this particular thing. And usually, that thing that I don't want to do is usually something that I'm told from someone else to do. And I find it moronic, because if they wanted to do it, why wouldn't they do it themselves? If they wanted me to do it just to get a laugh at it, or just for me to get a laugh at, say, this guy wanted me to make fun of this autistic kid, or this fucking retarded kid, or this fat kid. I had many people wanting me to do that. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And they said, why? I didn't give them a reason why, but I wasn't confident. I easily could, I really could have done it. But his parent was right there. It was like this one fat kid. He was a dick. He was a cunt, actually. He was at my previous school. Actually, two previous schools again. And he was a dick, and he had Asperger's, and he was fat. And my friend wanted me to make fun of him and say, listen, I'm not going to say what he said, but I think it was pretty bad. In case this guy's watching this video, I don't want him to relive this, but it was pretty bad. Actually, he told me, I'll just tell you what I was told to say. I was going to tell him, I was just supposed to tell him something like, your mom is fat, your mom has a fat cunt. His mom was right there. I was supposed to say that he's fat as a fucking apple on sticks, or some shit. Like, I was supposed to say a bunch of things. Multiple friends told me, because we were on a field trip at a museum, and the mom was one of the chaperones, and he knocked the Asperger kid, whatever, what his name was. Actually, I know what his name was. I'm not gonna tell you, but I was just supposed to make fun of this kid, but I didn't. And it's moronic. I didn't have enough confidence to, because I was kind of a pussy. But still, the other thing, confidence is asking out girls. That's a big test of confidence, because that is one of the biggest forms of. That takes a large amount of confidence. Asking out a girl. The reason being is because there's two possible outcomes, yes or no. And as humans, we fear rejection. Very much so. That's one of the biggest fears. And I never ask out girls because I feel like I will be rejected. But even if the girl that says she likes me, which there's a couple, I'm not the best looking guy, but I'm average. I'm still decent. But basically I got a particular girl likes me, I know for sure. But I don't want to ask her out because I feel like she'll still say no, and it's because I have no confidence. Anyone else, doesn't matter. They would say yes, they would go right on, they would ask her out. But I'm so unconfident that I just don't even want to, despite her liking me anyways. And that's just how bad my own confidence is. That's just how, and to a point that I don't want to ask out a girl that proclaims she likes me. So, I don't know if it's just that, it boils down to that severe of a thing. And for you guys struggling with confidence, I would just do it. I would do whatever you wish. Dude, who cares if you're scared of it? As long as it's not going to get you into a lot of trouble or get you into any danger, do it. Because you only live once, and you never know. You never know what the outcome may be. It may be a very positive outcome, but you would never know until you did it. So don't be afraid, dude. And just do it. And my other hint of advice is don't be scared the outcome isn't positive. And don't be upset. Actually be gracious that you even took a chance to attempt something. Because what matters is if you try. Actually, the most important thing in life is failure, believe it or not. I know that sounds off like some fucking bullshit, but that is the most important thing in life. The most important aspect in life that one could possibly think of. The reason being is because failure teaches lessons, and learning lessons is what improves intelligence. Intelligence is very crucial to living in a society. Yeah, so basically what you want to do is you want to do whatever. Do whatever. Don't be scared of rejection, or don't be scared of the outcome not being a pleasant one, because that really doesn't matter. The thing that really matters is if you did it, because if you don't do it, you could still learn. You could still learn. It's just a good thing. That learning is a very pleasant experience. Yeah, so that's what I really want to talk to you about. And I wanted to talk about two things. And the second thing is my thoughts on the election. Or, no, not my thoughts on the election, my thoughts on Donald Trump. And I have many good things to say, a lot of good feedback for Donald Trump, and a lot of poor feedback for Donald Trump. I think he would be a very mediocre president. He wouldn't be too bad, he wouldn't be too good. He's not going to be one of the best presidents, that's for sure. He's just going to be a president that you learn history books for like 3 pages and then forget about him. He's not going to be the greatest president like he thinks he is. He's not going to make America great again. He's not going to do much. And I hate to say it, but Hillary wasn't any better, but he's going to be a very mediocre president. Reason being is because he has too much financial background, and he doesn't. And usually, financial people are very pompous, make decisions that are very rash occasionally. So I believe that he's going to not make too many bad decisions, but he's going to proclaim he's going to want to make decisions that are so bad that they aren't going to get passed by the Congress. Yeah, that's why I think he's not going to be the greatest. He's going to make some decent decisions, like he's going to lower taxes for sure. Make them low for everyone. I know he's going to make them lower, which is that's pretty good. We need to get the taxes lowered, but that's the only thing I can picture him doing, and maybe cutting off troops in Afghanistan, maybe improving relationship with Russia and some other foreign countries. But Trump loves war. He loves warfare, and you could tell by just how pompous he is and how what's that word? Pompous, irrational, whatever. Just methodical. I don't know the word. I'm losing myself. Abrasive, yeah. He's just too abrasive with this kind of shit. And he's saying that he's gonna have Mexico build a war, bomb shit of ISIS. And first of all, ISIS is not the problem. It is not the problem. The problem is fucking China and some Asian countries like North Korea. Those in Russia. That is the problem. Not ISIS. Not the terrorists. I mean, that is the problem, but it's not the big problem. We should be thinking about ourselves. We should be thinking about the whole entire world, not just the Middle East, because that's what's reckoning us. Because when we focus on the Middle East, our economy drops in value. Because we spend too much on the Middle East, and the Middle East doesn't do much. We don't get much accomplished in the Middle East. That's the shame of it all, is because we have our priorities messed up, and indefinitely we just had them like messed up, and that's the big problem, is because we don't know what we should be focusing on. What we should really be focusing on is China, because I believe that they're going to become really powerful, and eventually we'll start taking over the world. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, China is a communist country. They love power. They're going to want to start doing some next level shit. And they aren't going to stay fabricated forever. They're going to want to start making some major moves, and trying to gain more popularity and more power, basically. And that's what we need to be focusing on. They already had nukes. North Korea has nukes. Russia has nukes. Those are the three main countries we need to be focusing on: Russia, North Korea, and China. Because those countries are the countries that are very dangerous and very powerful. So that's what we need to be focusing on. And and Trump is a good guy, very successful businessman. I have respect for him, but he's just not gonna have his priorities straight. And that's what I think. That's what I think about him, and that's just what I wanted to discuss today. Thanks guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do whatever. Bye.